Now, the reason I decided to cut that off there, other than time, is because this thing brought me onto another tangent. Now, I started working on a review for a comic that I really, really like, and I have a trouble with making reviews, like putting reviews out in the world. So, okay, let's read through this and see what I wrote. There's a comic called Daniel, A Grave Tale of Horror. I absolutely love that comic. That comic used to be on Smack Jeeves until Smack Jeeves committed suicide. Probably shouldn't say that this early on in the video. That's a word that should not be in a YouTube video, but whatever. Committed Not Alive. I had a number of comics on there, and it's a good thing that I keep all of my comic pages, which is actually an issue right now because I don't have any storage space for all my drawings. I need to get like a flash drive or whatever. I'm thinking of getting a flash drive specifically for my phone because trying to stick everything on my computer is such a pain, whatever. But well, I guess I got all this stuff on Google Docs, but that's where my storage gone to shit or whatever type thing, since unlimited storage is no longer available type thing. Anyway, Smack Jeeves stopped existing and all my comics stopped existing. And because, I am the person I am and I'm just, I hadn't updated those comics in like such a long time, I went on the site one day and it didn't exist kind of thing. And apparently there were warnings. I didn't see them. So, I didn't have time to save one of my comics or whatever that I didn't have all the pages saved. But my longest running comic, I had all the pages saved. And then when I was messing, because I have another site that I had the comic on, but I didn't mess with that site much because it frustrated me. And I started fucking with it and I broke the comic. And I'm probably going to restart that comic. Because I started that comic in middle school and it's bad. Okay? But I still like the comic, so I'd like to revamp it, I hate destroying old things, is the whole problem. But it's broken right now. So my only choice is to destroy it, That hurts my heart. I hate deleting old art, throwing away art, any type of art, even if it's really bad. I like keeping. See, I'm not a very sentimental person when it comes to things. Like, I could easily throw away all the stuff in my room and just be completely fine because it doesn't affect me. But drawings are the only thing that, like, I'm not the kind of person who, they put away their drawings and they keep them, but they never look at them again. I am constantly looking through my old drawings, mostly because almost every drawing I have is tied to a story or idea, and because I made the fucking dumbass decision that I love to take every story I've ever created and put it on one timeline. I made a video on that, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. Because I did that, that means that almost every drawing that I've done is relevant. And so when I'm writing, I'm constantly having to find fucking drawings. I literally, right now, have 2 fucking boxes of drawings out. It's a cardboard box of drawings. This is a drawer, which I hadn't gone through this drawer in quite some time. But I was looking for actually extras. So at one point I had a whole bunch of characters that I just drew or whatever. And whenever I was working on one of my comics, Welcome to My House, one day I made the decision, why don't I take all these extra drawings and make them the citizens of this town? That way I don't have to deal with trying to create more extras every time or whatever. And also I could probably put them into a few things or whatever. Like, here's a shopkeeper, here's a construction worker, here's all this shit or whatever type of thing. I had a whole bunch of them. And I never did find the drawing because I have drawings in a bunch of different places. My gosh. But that's why that was out. Let's get back to review. Smack Jeeves. Why? Why did you do? I mean, it was inevitable to happen because they were just making bad decisions. Ugh. I miss Smack Jeeves though, because I liked Smack Jeeves. There were a lot of comics I read on there. I was invested in the community, even though I'm antisocial and I don't actually talk to people. You know what I'm saying? But I was a ghost through the community or whatever. I liked Smack Jeeves. Okay, I did. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's read this. So, the comic is called Daniel, A Grave Tale of Horror. This comic is a vampire story. Now, I'm one of those people obsessed with vampires, like I said in the other video. A lot of my love of vampires come from the book series Cirque de Freak by Darren Shan. That series fucked with me a little bit. It made me cry, and it's very dear to my heart, and that's all I'll have to say on that matter. But of course, vampires aren't everything. My favorite show with vampires being human, like I said. Both these stories, Darren Shan or not Darren, Cirque de Freak, and the show Being Human knew how to make me cry. Okay, that's usually my merit. Like, when it comes to television, it can be hard to make me cry. It can also be very easy. It depends. There's certain things that make me cry very easily, like family and shit, you know. Like, it's hard to make me cry over a character death, but it's easier to make me cry over, you know, like, I don't know, two characters never getting to be able to know each other again because of some shenanigan or something like that. I don't know, some random idea. That's the first thing that pops in my mind. I don't know, maybe some. Okay, that's one of the things. Fuck it. We're talking too much. I keep bumping this lamp, but the thing is that this light bulb is loose, and if I bump it, this light will turn off. The socket is fucked up. Anyway. Should I just make things easier? Is that better? I don't like that. I like it better. I like the darkness better. Okay. So, those shows made me cry. Regardless, that's not what I'm here to talk about. The reason I bring up my love for vampires is because I read a lot of vampire stories, mainly comics, so that is where the vampire genre continues with me. More in comics than in movies and television, because options suck. I read too many comics. And here's the thing. There are a lot of good vampire comics, but 90% of those comics paint vampires as a guy trying to get better, or kind of like a recovering drug addict, which is fine. You can get a lot of good stories out of that. But what this author focuses on is horror. Now, you know how I was like, you got all the old stuff, the stuff being horror, and maybe you probably shouldn't be focusing on horror because nobody's afraid of vampires and all that shit. But this comic gets it, okay? The comic is about a man named Daniel. It's thus the name. And a girl he loves named Christine. The story takes place in the 1930s. Daniel is a gravedigger. Actually, the author linked a song on there. It was from Al Bowlly. And Al Bowley is one of my favorite singers ever. Like, I have an entire playlist on my other, personal channel dedicated to Al Bowley because I just like his music, okay? I do, but she's the one that introduced, or I'm assuming that the person who wrote this was she. All of the internet writers, I feel like, are she's 90% of the time. They're writing comics or fan fiction. It's not true, but it's mostly true, okay? So, this story takes place in the 1930s. Daniel is a gravedigger who barely makes a living. He wants to tell her how he feels, whole thing of, I'm in love with her, but some guy named Frank is hounding after her. Now, I'm going to get into some spoiler territory. I highly recommend this comic, so read it. It won't take you too long. I haven't read it in a while, so I'm sure there's a bunch more pages, but there can't be that much pages at the pace that the person makes the... my nose is itchy! The person makes the shit. Okay, so one day, Daniel disappears, and of course Frank starts prowling in. Soon after Daniel's disappearance, dead bodies start showing up. People drained of all of their blood. Everyone starts having bad dreams, especially Christine's sister, who's married to a cop that had to deal with, the murders or whatever. Daniel eventually shows up at Christine's door. He's changed. He seems, more emotionless, except for his, slight hair trigger. He tells Christine that he's sick, and of course, she's like, that's no excuse to, leave without a word. She tries to question him, but he dodges the questions. They talk about various things Daniel has missed since he's been gone. Christine asks what the fuck is up with Daniel, and he kisses her, confessing his love to her. She's of course pissed off. She kindly tells him to fuck off. As he's leaving, she hugs him, saying that she loves him too. Then Daniel kind of loses his shit, questioning why he's there, and also warning Christine about himself. Daniel knocks over a lamp and yeets the fuck out of there. Then the comic takes a quick turn to showing Daniel killing a woman who was having trouble sleeping. This is one of the things, I think I was trying to put things, but I put rings somehow, I love about the Daniel comics. I love the gore. Now, I'm a person who likes a very specific type of gore. I don't even know how to put it into words. All I know is I like gore in this comic. Cop finds the bodies, woman and her husband. Okay, I never finished writing this, obviously, because this is over. But some shit happens, okay? And I'm telling you, Daniel is a pretty scary character, okay? I like it. And the gore, I like me some gore. Like, I like drawing some gore. I'm not very good at drawing gore. I like gore to a certain degree. But, like, something like, the Saw movies isn't for me. I saw the first Saw movie. That's all I've seen. And I thought the movie was really, really good. Would watch again, for sure. My friend made me watch it. I liked it. I recently saw Spiral with my friend, because my friend will be moving soon or whatever. And, from watching the trailers, I was really hoping that it would be a really good movie. And I was so incredibly disappointed by not just the story, but the gore. Which is a weird thing, because it was like, okay, so I'm not into, like, major amounts of gore, but at least if it's not going to be a good movie, at least give it to the fans who are into that type of Saw gore, or whatever type thing. I don't know. All I know is I recommend Daniel. Let's go back to the list of video ideas. So I'm going to try to go through this a lot quicker now because I've got things to do. Let's move this crap. Let's actually sit in this chair. We'll move the camera. We'll make things better for ourselves. Okay. Okay. My freaking dog. Tilt this. Oh no! There we go. Okay. That seems good. Right here. Perfect. Ah. Yes. So that I have to turn. Ain't that just the life? Alright. So, okay, the next thing that I had on this list was my video on I don't understand. Okay, it's called I Don't Understand Social Media. That's what it's going to be called. I filmed it to its completion, and I need to edit it. Next thing I wrote was resetting my room. So I had the idea, and I ended up going in a different direction, but I thought of just getting rid of everything in my room and starting all over from scratch. But then I had a few other ideas. And things, the universe just kind of fell into place. Like, I decided to order, some lights, and it just so happened that my mom sent me some other lights without even knowing that I wanted to put lights everywhere. And so I was like, okay, that's where we're going. We've got getting rid of everything, which also falls into the category of resetting my room. There was browsing Yahoo Answers, but Yahoo Answers, it's dead now, right? It's got to be dead by now, right? Right after I wrote that, I found out, oh, Yahoo Answers is closing down. It was just like, that sucks, man. Why are all the answer sites dying, man? Like, seriously. If I knew how to make a website, I would totally make one of those, man. Because I think the universe needs those. One for stupidity, and two for actual resources, There's How to Be Perfect, which would be just a dumb joke video or whatever. We've got a bunch of different ideas for Hunger Games simulator. Because I've always wanted to make a Hunger Games simulator video, or whatever, ever since I found it. I found it quite amusing. I haven't messed with it in years, but I was like, yeah, that's probably a cool thing to make a thing out of. Man, why is this all so crunched together? So I've thought of taking an entire script and putting it through Google Translate. So we got Star Wars through Google Translate, Lord of the Rings through Google Translate, Harry Potter, the books through Google Translate. We've got The Ancient Art of Grass Whistling, which would be a joke video. It's like, there's so many try not to laugh and challenges and shit like that, or whatever. So I was like, why not a, try not to get angry challenge? Like, let's find videos that would be enraging, but whatever. Because yeah, anyway. We got ASMR Done Wrong, creating a time capsule to open in 2030. So it was 2020 when I wrote that. I don't know what I would put in a time capsule. And the whole issue with making a time capsule is I would for sure forget about it. Like, even if it's, something I've documented or whatever, there's no way I would remember to dig that thing up. So there's no point in sticking shit in the ground, We've got bodybuilding for failures. For a while, there was that roast yourself challenge. It was like, I could maybe do something like that, but I don't know if I'd do it very good. We've got taking a Texas history test, since, there's so many, taking American test or whatever type thing, citizen test and all that stuff. I'm like, I live in Texas, let's make it specific. We've got being barefoot all day, because I'm barefoot right now. Okay? I'm always barefoot, so why not make a video where I'm just walking outside the whole day or whatever. We've got a video that's just titled "Shit That Scares Me," which would be a little different than what scares other people. I'm not afraid of bugs, I'm not afraid of snakes, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm afraid of some weird stuff, and the way that I'm afraid of things is in a weird way too. Shadowing my dog for a day to gain his wisdom, another joke video. Terrible relay race. I would need someone else to help me with that. DIY curtains. I thought of changing out my curtains, and that seemed like a cool thing to do. We've got trying to break dance. I've always wanted to learn to break dance. Maybe that should be my next series of, just something I should do. Trying to learn to break dance from YouTube videos. Number one, I want to get back into shape, and number two, I've always wanted to learn to break dance. People make fun of me all the time. They're like, break dance. But I'm like, break dancing is fucking cool. That's all I've got to say about that matter. I mean, come on. Like, that shit's impressive, okay? I mean, if you're good at it, then people aren't going to make fun of you. That's all I've got to say, The idea of someone learning to break dance is funny, but someone who can actually break dance, that's not funny. That's fucking cool, okay? That's all I've got to say. In defense of pineapple pizza, I will die on that hill. No, I really don't care. I don't know why people are so passionate about pineapple pizza. Pineapple not being on a pizza or pineapple being on a pizza. I like pineapple on pizza. That's that. Who cares? Who gives a crap what you put on your pizza, why is my nose so itchy? I know why. It's because of the dust. Ugh. I don't even really have allergies, but it's definitely because of the dust. Eating cereal with other liquids. DIY horseshoe. I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure when I wrote that it was for the game of horseshoe, because it's not like I don't have a horse. I can't test horseshoes on horses, Oh, and then under it, DIY croquet. So, yeah, that's what I was going for. We've got what is the meaning of life, which would be another joke video. Got stunt falling, which would just be me being an idiot. We've got the knife game, but because, I'm someone who every once in a while plays a knife game, I'm pretty good at it. And I could probably make a video out of that, but I probably won't. Because I don't have... The reason it just says the knife game but is because I have no other ideas to do with the knife game, Got hydro dipping, because that's popular, whatever, and it looks cool. A complete genius at martial arts, another joke video, which would just be me pretending to know how to fight. Playing children's games alone. So I've had this idea for a little bit of board games and such, trying to make it in a way that I'm literally playing against myself alone, kind of thing. We got how to climb a tree, which could be joking, it could not be. I'm pretty good at climbing trees. I've done it since I was little, and I'm pretty good at climbing things in general, and I could make some videos, climbing things. Like, it's one of those things that even though I'm not in shape, and I can't, I used to be able to do a good amount of chin-ups and pull-ups. I can't do them anymore, man. Any of them. I can only do, one or whatever. But I can still climb a tree. I did it recently just to prove to myself that I could do it, kind of thing. I can climb. And I don't know what it is about that skill. It's whatever. It's my technique or something. I've been doing it for years. That's all I've got to say. Team building, but you don't have a team or friends. That was one of those things. A few of these are a title, like a great title idea, but I don't exactly know what the video would be. Basic cooking for the hopeless. So the whole thing is that, you see those things of people who are like, I can't cook, I burn everything. And while, yes, I know that I'm pretty good at cooking, so, there's a bias here of, just certain things being second nature. At the same time, on the basic levels, I think cooking is such a skill that from the very, very basics, you should not be, anyone can do it, okay? It's just one of those things where you have to be mindful, of what you're doing. Okay. Making a humanity evaluation test. That's a cool idea. Then we've got humanity fitness test. So a fitness test for all of humanity. We've got fighting a tree, because I'm not funny. Eating a bowl of cereal, but it's dog food. Emotional pain ranking and physical pain ranking, because of Markiplier. That's all I've got to say on that. I watch a lot of Markiplier. I'm not even gonna lie on that, man. I watched most of my Unis. You've seen all my Unis Honest, my Unis Honest putty in my videos, man. Just hanging by rope. Okay, so this was me going to build a contraption on the playground that is in my bed. I'm vibrating. My dog is scratching next to the camera. Anyway, so that would be a dumb video. And for if I ever got in shape or whatever, the presidential fitness test, because again, Unis Honest, Markiplier, all of that, man. Got creating a new best friend. So something that I really want to do at some point to add to my decoration, a dumb thing, is I want to buy a full-size mannequin, and much like, those videos where people redesign dolls and make them look really, really nice, I want to use my art skills and do the same thing, but on a full-size mannequin. Put clothes on it and all that shit, and have it as a friend. I think that could be cool. That could be a cool joke, and also just a cool video and all that. Okay. IQ test. There's a bunch of, IQ test type things online. Not that I do any good. I guess it's just the point of making a video like that. A video on how to be creative. Now, I've thought of this several times. I want to make a Skillshare class. And one of the ideas that I have is, because I'm a very creative person, but teaching someone a skill, like art or something, there's so much, but taking something, a basic idea like being creative, and taking that, what seems like a simple idea, and breaking it down, I think that could make a really good course and help some people out. Everybody's creative differently. I'm an explosion of creative ideas that doesn't really get writer's block. Like, I can almost always just, if I just start writing, things will happen, Good things might not happen, but things will happen. So that's a thing. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. Deductive reasoning test. Inductive reasoning test. Learning to ride a unicycle. I was listening to Demetri Martin's If I for like the millionth time, and it was like, yeah, what if I made a video learning how to use a unicycle? Using a pogo stick for the first time. I've always wanted to use a pogo stick, and that would make a great video. Probably, maybe. We've got destroying my alarm clock, which I've already crossed out. I've already made that video. The air is poison. Trying to follow a dancing video. So maybe that would follow in with the break dancing thing. I've tried to learn some dancing, and I've gotten a few steps down, like that I'll remember forever. But I never finished, the whole tutorial type thing. And it's probably really bad form. And that's the whole issue of trying to learn how to dance online, is that you don't have an instructor or something to tell you that you are in bad form. You just have your eyeballs. Becoming the avatar would be something along the lines of my channel trailer that is me pouring mud in my mouth. It would be something dumb like that. Waxing my legs. So, I figured, that plenty of people make those videos. I've never waxed anything in my life. I've never shaved my legs or whatever. I don't care about that. Like, it's not even a whole thing of, people shouldn't make me shave my legs like some people or whatever. Like, I just don't. It's leg hair. Who cares? It's just like arm hair. It's just like hair and anything else. It's just hair. It's whatever. That's how I see it. I just don't care. Maybe it's a little bit of laziness, but it's mostly I don't care. So I figured, that could be a fun. Not fun. That wouldn't be fun, but a good video just for views kind of thing. Don't know what punishing myself is, but I put that under waxing my legs. So, apparently I don't consider waxing punishing. That's concerning. We've got destroying the universe, which I don't know what that would be. Failing to create new memes. This could be crossed out. So, only because I have a video along those lines of, squirrel, I'm sure the initial idea was before I uploaded that video of a squirrel, was because there are a bunch of there's squirrels that live in my attic, and they've lived up there for many, 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 many years since I was little. They haven't affected anything, so we're like, let's just let them live there. It's live and let live. We don't care. But I see them all the time or whatever, so making a video on squirrels was a good idea, kind of thing. We've got turning into an e-girl. That would be disaster. Hypothetical murder. So it was the idea of making a video that's how I would hypothetically try to get away with murder. We've got ruining Valentine's Day. Don't know what that would be, but that's something. Becoming irony. That's a concerning video title. Worst things you could say to people. Don't know what that would be, but that's something. Okay, that's a thing that, whatever. Okay. Laying on spike balls, so I've got a whole bunch of, I have a sugar gum ball tree, so I would just pile them up and lay on. I'm pretty sure I made this in the fall, so there were those spike balls everywhere, so it would just be laying in pain. Planting a garden. I do a lot of gardening, so I've thought of, making a video. I kind of started recording making the garden, but we didn't end up making a garden this year, so it's whatever. Solving the mystery of Jack the Ripper. Why not? I don't even know anything about Jack the Ripper, but I would learn some stuff. I'd be doing some research. And that's one of the things that I want to do is I Google shit all the time. I spend hours Googling shit. Why don't I make a video of just me picking a topic and Googling, reading, and all that junk. Man, it's gonna be long, okay? I'm sorry. I wanted to make this shorter, but it's just not gonna happen. Would I survive the zombie apocalypse? No, in video. Daggone spam. A video on how not to finish a project. So I've thought of making a video on why I don't complete anything, and maybe have it be something that could help people who have similar issues to actually complete something. Maybe that would just be like the little nudge that they need. It's not going to help me because I can tell myself what I need to do all I want, but I'm not going to do it, hypocrite kind of thing. But maybe it could help someone. 24-hour drawing challenge. I don't know if that would be me trying to draw for an entire day, or if it would be, I don't know what that would be, but 24-hour drawing challenge. I think that's what that would be. Drawing in the dark. Because of the, 3 a.m. videos. We got 3 a.m. summoning ritual. Which would be a dumb joke video that I would make in the woods at night. Maybe it'd be trying to summon an anime character. I don't fucking know. Drawing anime characters from memory. I'll probably make that one. Body painting. So, early on, when I was on my old channel, I made YouTube videos doing makeup. I loved channels like Made You Look and all that stuff, like monster makeup. I don't wear makeup, okay? I don't wear makeup, beauty makeup or whatever type of thing. I have very little makeup because of that. But I love, like Halloween and stuff. So I like that kind of special effects and all that junk. So, I'd like to learn more and that. Like, I somewhat recently watched a show about body painting. I can't remember what it's called, but it was pretty cool. It was like a competition show with, was it RuPaul or whatever his name is? That was a cool show. Got The Haunted Attic. I have an attic. I could make a cool video, I guess. Although it probably wouldn't be a safe video. Help, I'm being held hostage. You get that from the title. Try to create my own Try Not to Laugh compilation. So find all the little things that I find funny and make a Try Not to Laugh compilation. My problem being that getting clips is a pain. I don't know how other YouTubers do it, honestly, how they get so many clips and where they find them or whatever. And I've tried researching it, but I've come inconclusive. I've found a few resources for it, but they're not the most effective things in the world, Oh, and I've made a list of, videos that I would want to take clips from. And basically, the whole thing was that I wanted to practice editing, so this would be a great way to practice, editing, get a bunch of clips together and try to edit them in cool, fun ways that make them funny or something. I don't know. Clickbait experiment series. So, make a series that's purposely for clickbait and see what works, kind of thing. Reacting to spooky videos at 3 a.m. Again, bringing that thing in there. Because that's the kind of content that I want that in the realm of my channel. Why the earth should be flat. It's a dumb title, okay? My dog is possessed. Don't know what that would be. I killed my family. I don't know what that would be either. Okay, this probably came from me recently watching Office Space or something at the time when I wrote it, but I literally wrote 2 hot chicks at the same time, and then 2 hot dudes at the same time. What the hell? What is that? What is that? Tell me what the title of that is. You won't believe the things he said. Can't believe she said that. Oh, I think this is part of my clickbait experiment series. That's why. So 2 hot chicks at the same time, 2 hot dudes at the same time. You won't believe the thing he said. Can't believe she said that. How magic can save your life. How to break the internet. What PewDiePie doesn't tell you. Edgiest guy on the internet. A bunch of them, you know. Edgiest guy on the internet. I just realized that's a Leafy title. I actually used to watch Leafy back in the day. I liked Leafy, and then he stopped making videos. Whatever, it's whatever. Okay, taking my own stories. I actually did try to make this video, and it didn't work. Taking snippet stories I've written and putting it through Google Translate. Reading Great Expectations, but every time I mess up, I have to do a push-up. Again, a video I made, but it's on YouTube actually. It's just not public, and it needs to be edited. Like, I have a bunch of raw footage on my channel. Spinning storytelling. I made that video. Making a coloring book of gore. I forgot about that. I started that. I made like 5 pages. That's something I want to make and publish. I want to make a coloring book full of gory drawings. I'm not good at gore, but that's a good way to practice, you know. And also, I was like, I need to make money. Learning to beatbox. I really like beatboxing. I want to learn how to beatbox properly, and that would be a cool thing. My intrusive thoughts. Everybody has intrusive thoughts, so, you know, that could be a video. Story time, except every time I use a filler word, I have to run. So I was making a bunch of those that were like exercise involved, because if I made a video, then I'd be forced to exercise, kind of thing. First 3 episodes of shows I refused to watch. So, you know how I said I would never watch something like Pretty Little Liars? Let's watch the first 3 episodes. You know, the anime 3-episode rule? Let's apply that to shows that I have no plan of watching, you know? What would I do if I won the lottery? My YouTube playlist. So that would be talking about my YouTube, the videos on my playlist. And I've also thought of, you know, showing all the channels I'm subscribed to, because I'm subscribed to a shit ton of people, and half of them I don't even see, you know. Reacting to my old videos eventually. That would be a thing or whatever, though. I don't want the world to, like, I'm not going to delete the videos because, like I said, I don't want to get rid of old content. I don't believe in it. But at the same time, I don't want these being, I don't want to draw attention to it. You know what I'm saying? My top 5 favorite YouTube channels, which, that's such a hard thing, you know? That's such a hard thing. I don't think I could make that video. I put that there, but it wouldn't be a true list because I would struggle. I put some story time videos in there, you know, just me telling stories. So, like, the time I broke my arm, falling off my bike, trying to break into an abandoned house. Yes. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but that was a dumb thing that I tried to do in elementary school. The 2 times I knocked myself out when I got glasses for the first time. Which is funny because that happened when I was in 1st grade, and I remember getting glasses for the first time. Like, it was that monumental of a thing. Probably because I'm deathly blind. Like, I can't function in the world blind. Like, I can't read my screen unless I'm literally this close without my glasses. It's real bad. Series where I pretend to be a serial killer giving tips. So that actually I thought of, and I didn't go with it because it's that making a blog is a lot of work, and I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to commit to this, so I might as well not even do it, because that would be an issue if I started it and just left it, but because blogs. But I thought of making a blog as one of my characters who was a serial killer, and it just being him giving tips on how to get away with murder and all that junk. I have a lot of this is the thing, I don't watch too many shows about serial killers or anything like that. Like, I hate the Identity Channel. That channel freaks me out. Genuinely. But I do happen to have a lot of serial killer characters. Murders and all that such. What I'm working on at the moment. That's kind of what this video is. Well, this video isn't, but the first video was making an anime girl into my hand. That was not what the title was. Turning my hand into an anime girl. Anyway. Games that piss me off, so I would be playing, just fucking rage-inducing games, because you can always make good content off of being pissed off, you know? And I get pissed off pretty easily. Oh, there was a short film contest that I forgot about. I probably shouldn't have lumped it in with all the rest of this stuff. Then I wouldn't have probably forgotten it. I probably should have written it down on paper if it was priority. Whatever. It was a Texas water short film contest where you have to make a short film on water, like the importance or something like that. Although it's really just that water has to be involved. It's not like a lot of people made some documentary stuff, but there were some people who actually made stuff. And I would put a Western. I said I like Westerns. In which a girl is wandering and looking for water. She feels like she's going to die. She finds a lake. That was the basis. Oh, okay. Here's an interesting thing. You know what I'll do? I will take all these videos of me going through here, and I will chop them up, because this is I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I will definitely separate these into a bunch of little videos, okay? Because this one's not gonna work. I've got too many things that I'm going into detail with, and some of these I'd like to make standalone videos, so I might as well just cut them out of here since they are. Anyway, I'll make this into a whole thing. Even though I'm doing it all in one sitting, it's gonna be like a thing, okay? We're gonna end this video and start a new one. All right? Yeah. Kill me! Don't say that. Sometimes I have to remind myself not to say something like that, because, you know, something like that is a common expression of annoyance, and there are plenty of common expressions of annoyance. Like I was talking about earlier, you know, like, I hate people or whatever type thing. When you say stuff like that long enough, like, you don't want to repeat negative stuff over and over and over, even though it's a natural thing to say certain things or whatever. Like, it's not even like, okay, me say, kill me, is not me suicidal or anything. I'm the complete opposite of suicidal. I'd say it's a weird thing to say, because I'm a mostly happy person. Like 90% of the time I'm happy. I'm just, you know, I'm a little bit carefree, if you know what I mean. Like too carefree, I'd say. Kind of float around. But number one, you shouldn't say those things, because it's just, you don't want that negativity. And number two, you know, the more times you say something, the more you start to believe it. That's why mantras exist and all that stuff, you know, saying something until you believe it kind of thing or whatever. something about saying things, bringing something into reality with your words. Like, people often say, actions are more powerful than words. But I'm sorry, words are pretty damn powerful, okay? They hold their own powerful. I'd say actions and words are equal, honestly. Like, you have the power to prevent certain things from affecting you, like something that someone else says, but your own words, it's a lot harder to prevent from affecting you. If you notice, when people are around certain people for long periods of time, they'll start acting like those people regardless of whether they want to or whatever. Because some people do it a lot more easily than others, whatever type thing, especially if they want to be like those other people. But people who don't even want to be like those people, if they spend time around a certain amount of people, a certain kind of people, whatever type thing, there was this girl that I knew who English was not her first language, so sometimes she'd say sentences in very weird ways or whatever. Well, I spent a while around her, and it didn't take long for me in regular conversation with other people to start talking in those broken sentences. I've always been someone who's very, I guess, fluid around other people. Like when I'm around people, I kind of, and it's not intentional. Like, I'm just so carefree. I guess that falls in line with my carefreeness, that I'm just around people, and I don't even think about it. I just meld with people, if you know what I mean, kind of thing. I don't know what anything means. Anyway, I'm gonna end this and start a new one.